guys, welcome back to another unboxing video. My name is Thomas, and in light of the hot weather today, I'm going to be enjoying a Weizen beer from Groovy Brewery, another nice present from him. It's called La Carretera, so cheers guys. Whoa, very refreshing. Nice, I hadn't tasted that one yet, I think. So, today we have a quite small box, as you can see. I actually thought this was something different. I had ordered Flamecraft and I thought it was that. So I did take a peek inside, but then I saw Redragon, so I immediately closed it up. So I haven't really seen anything other than the name. But, technically this is a second unbagging so far. So, yeah, let's start that off. Here you can see where I tore it earlier. Cool. Okay. Right, so now you can see why it's such a small box. Apologies for the horny ass pigeon sat just outside my windows. Not much I can do about that. It is the Diti Magnetic wired RT magnetic switch keypad. And this concept may seem familiar to you. I think, was it Razer who had something like this? I forgot what its name was. I think it used the really weird, cheap-ass switches, which was in one of their keyboards that I absolutely tore to shreds. This is years ago. Sorry if it's not super clear on my retina. But this is something quite different from Redragon. Package contains, well, we'll see what that is, blah blah blah. Wired connection, 8K report rate, dual next gen RT magnetic switches, one-handed keypad. Wow, that's quite a description for a gaming keyboard. Right, so let's get in. Fetch my knife real quick. So. So basically they asked if I wanted to review this, and I told them, yeah, sure. But just to let you know, the last one of this that I reviewed, one-handed gaming keyboard so to speak, came out fairly bad. But they were happy to send this to me anyway, and so here we are. I mean, it's something different from the usual, isn't it? So I'm always up for that. Excellent cooling fluid. Okay, so a tiny ass manual. Oh man, that stuff will make you very gassy, by the way, I can already tell that. Blah blah blah, connect with multiple devices, keep objects with strong magnetic fields away, yada yada, go away. Cool. So, we also have a couple of switches, which look like a variety of magnetic switches that I haven't seen before. I can tell it's magnetic because the bottom is closed and it's got no contact legs, and the top looks like this, which I'm sure is their version of their proprietary version of a magnetic switch. It looks quite similar to other magnetic switches other than its color scheme. Is it me, or does it look like vanilla ice cream with strawberries on top? Anyway, why do all switches make me think of food? Yeah, they look very similar to existing designs. I'm sure I've reviewed this switch in a different guise before. Oh well. Go away. Right, so, oh yeah, we also have a cable, very simple USB, excuse me, A to C cable. I told you this stuff makes you gassy. Wow, cool. Okay, very simple cable. It's not even braided, just bare plastic. Oh, okay. It's a two-parter, and you don't often see a plastic insert like this anymore, especially with keyboards. I don't know how much this thing is, but it's probably not the most expensive one either. There'll be a link in the description, by the way, for if you're interested in getting it. A keycap and switch puller, by the way. Very basic, these. Yeah, again, very basic. So far, everything seems quite, this is not weighted at all. It's just hollow plastic, but it does have magnets, so it does attach here. And then here is the keyboard, obviously deliberately shaped like a fist. And you may be wondering, what on earth is the idea behind a one-handed keyboard like this, where literally half of the keyboard is missing? So the idea here is that for most games, video games, you really only use, well, PC games, you really only use the mouse and the keyboard, well, the left side of the keyboard specifically. And so this is designed as a true gaming keyboard, basically, as in you can't really use it for normal purposes, but you can use it for gaming. And so this takes up less space, gives you oceans of space for your mouse, for if you have your mouse sensitivity set to 0.01%. And it's easy to carry with you, yada yada yada. So it's basically an evolution of the tiny keyboard principle, aimed specifically at gamers. It's going to get rid of that. Now, I'm not going to review this keyboard here. This is just an unboxing after all. But one thing I do want to point out, which is why this keyboard is, let's say, notably different from the previous one I reviewed, is that this one contains a whole bunch of macro keys. So there's one here, 4 here, and another 4 at the top, including a macro recording button, which makes me think that that is for recording macros on the fly. Now this is something that the other keyboard couldn't do, and because with that keyboard I came to the conclusion that it didn't have enough keys to do what you want, unless you rebound your controls to something ridiculous, or were content to use a very cramped layout with all your buttons right here. It was kind of difficult to use it in that regard, but because this has so many, programmable macro keys, maybe this one's a bit better, so we can try that out. But first I'm gonna connect it after I've had a sip and pause the video for a second. So the video unboxing, in case you're wondering, has to do with the recording limit. After 10 or so minutes, the video recording stops itself automatically. I think it has something to do with file size limits or whatever. So I always need to find a moment to pause the recording, just so I can keep on testing. Cool. So here we have it with the RGB on, which admittedly I just noticed is very difficult to see. I'm just going to switch the lighting off and then you can see it a bit better. Wow, it's still not very bright though. It's a bit brighter in person. It's not the brightest RGB I've ever seen, but oh well. Maybe I'll crank up the contrast or brightness a little bit in the in post. Let me test this out real quick. Okay, so don't want to judge key fill just yet, but so far it comes across as a very typical feeling and sounding magnetic switch, well, Hall effect switch specifically. Yeah, interesting cyber font on the keycaps. Is that going to be visible? Maybe it is. When I say interesting, I actually mean hideous. But again, I'll talk about I'll talk more about that in the review. So this big ass thing here, like I thought, this thumb button is a space key, and then this is one of the G keys, which I think is one of the macro keys. So it's got five G keys here and 4 M keys at the top, excuse me. And I think the difference is that the M keys can be recorded on the fly and the G keys cannot. I'm not entirely sure, but It seems a little bit like that to me. Okay. Well, I honestly think that's already kind of it. It's such a small keyboard and so little in the box. It's not too much to talk about, I guess, for just an unboxing video. Yeah, I'll get back to this at some point during the review, which will be sometime way down the line. As always, it takes quite a while to get to this sort of stuff. So, I just noticed it, the, what is it, wrist rest says, yeah, gaming. Yeah, can you see that? Gaming on it, which might be the most generic thing to put on a gaming keyboard ever. Anyway, whatever, I'll get back to this in some amount of time. Thank you for watching the video, even though it was a bit of a shorty. I'll see you in the next one. There's going to be another unboxing video later this week, the Flux keyboard that I showed you a trailer about recently. Until that time, and anyway, see you later, guys.